Okay, Libra, welcome. This will be a general weekly tarot reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for December 30th through January 5th. Of course, dates are approximate and flexible. You may find resonance with this message whenever you view it, or you may find none at all since it's general. Take anything that resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else, and never put anyone's judgment above your own. Okay, Libra, so I started this reading and accidentally hit the stop button on my computer, and I don't know how to edit, so I have to start this over again. So from the minor arcana here, we have the physical, mental, and spiritual realm. So you had one card jump out for the physical realm, one for the mental realm, and two for the spiritual realm. And we still need to get the overall energy from the major arcana, okay? And don't forget, my Libra friends, I know just looking at the cards right off the bat, they look unpleasant, but I never ever view my readings as a prediction of what will happen. My intention with all of my readings is to provide guidance for anyone who desires it. Like sometimes we need reminders, you know what I mean? Like, even though we may know better, sometimes it just helps to hear it from somebody else, right? And we're not getting a card for the major, from the major arcana here. Nothing is jumping out. So you know what? I'm going to wait till the end, because sometimes that means that this, whatever the card will be, is really part of the message that the spiritual realm wants to kind of like emphasize. So let's wait and start talking these out. But remember, again, if you recognize yourself in this at all, these cards are here as a guide so that you can refocus and change the energies. This is definitely not something set in stone. And I think I'm going to start with the mental realm here, because what you focus on, what you think about, what you spend most of your time thinking about, is really what creates the experience that you have. Because your thoughts create emotions, and emotions are what, or what drive the vibration, the frequency that you emit out into the world, and then receive back toward you, the essence of what the frequency that you emit out there, right? So some of you may find yourself experiencing like a little loneliness or sadness. This happens to a lot of people around this holiday season, and many of you, I'm sure, do celebrate holidays at this time of year. And and this is the week of the new year. And I can totally relate to that feeling of maybe not having gotten something or achieved something over the past year, and moving into the new year, it might feel a little sad or a little lonely. That's very, very common. But you know what? Having experienced that myself, Libra, I just want to remind you that it's never as bad as it seems, especially because things aren't what they seem, right? When we're only focusing on our existence based on our five senses, we are very limited to the understanding of how things really work, or what life really is, right? The one thing you never want to forget is, first of all, you're never alone. You have, your higher self, your true self, your inner being, the essence of who you really are, beyond the physical body and this physical experience, that eternal part of you who doesn't look at the sadness. In fact, you're in disagreement with the way your higher self sees things, which is why you feel the sadness. So you really just want to remember that nothing is really as it seems. And it really, really does help to kind of just become aware of those negative thoughts that are making you feel sad or lonely. And when you bring awareness to them, I'm not saying focus on them. Why do I feel this way? No, I'm not saying dwell on it. I'm saying be aware of it. Like, wow, you know what? I'm just letting my thoughts run away with me. And that does not serve me. Okay. The mind distorts things. Okay. The mind is, I mean, I could go on for a long time about this, but it's just, you cannot depend on it to necessarily be showing you a clear picture. So you really kind of need to step back from that and almost like witness your thoughts as an outsider and be aware of them so that you can kind of like soften it and let it go. And also, the majority of the people are designed to be emotional. And it will be different for each of you, but many of you, and you will recognize this in yourself, experience emotional ups and downs for no reason, like an emotional wave. So sometimes you'll be sad for no reason, and sometimes you'll be happy for no reason. And then oftentimes you're in between those sad and happy, right? That sad and happy, that, maybe in a neutral state. But that's normal. But again, if you can bring your awareness to it, then I feel like it can soften it for you, okay? So now, in your physical realm, it's kind of like you not wanting to do anything or not looking forward to things. And you know what I feel is for some of you, not looking forward to the new year. Feeling like the year before did not serve you well and you're not looking forward to the new year. Again, been there, done that. But 2020 is a brand new year. New energies. I don't know what your personal year is, but the year 2020 is a 4-year universally. It's a 4 universal year. And that is all about setting foundations and stability and such. So you may find that you may find yourself this year getting involved in things that are kind of like stabilizing and creating a foundation from which you can move forward. And so again, the energies are different. It will be different this year. Okay, but what does matter more than anything is your attitude, right? What you choose to make your focus. So you may be feeling uninspired this week and like maybe not joining in or not doing anything or not looking forward to the new year. But Libra, you can change this focus. You can soften it. So now in your message from the spiritual realm, you have the 10 of Swords and the Page of Cups reversed. So the universe is encouraging you here to let go of your focus on situations or people who have been hurtful. Okay, so some of you are looking back at the people who maybe done you wrong or, just weren't supportive of you. Like, again, coming back to this feeling of loneliness. I feel like some of you feel like there's nobody there for you. But this card is an indication that energy is done. That energy is done. And also, I just got the feeling that you don't need anybody else. You don't need anybody else to feel good. You don't need anybody else to, you know what? If you ever listen to Abraham Hicks, they say feather your nest, that expression, feather your nest. You don't need anyone to feather your nest, Libra. Not at all. The 10 is, here's the thing you have to remember about this card. It may look ominous, but it's done. So there's no reason to focus on it because the 10, 1 plus 0 reduces to 1. The 10 energy is about new beginnings. And if you look in the background there, right, the sun is rising on a new day here. So you may have experienced some contrast in the past. And I really feel that now it's time to recognize the value in that contrast. So just for example, this is not like I don't want you to feel like I'm blaming you, but let's say you had a bad experience with someone this year. That person was disloyal to you or stabbed you in the back, so to speak, looking at this card, right? It is an attractive universe. So yes, that person brought negativity to the situation, but you had to be in the vicinity of that. Like your expectations of that person had to be in that vicinity for that to be able to happen, if that makes sense, right? So what we really want to do is change our focus, raise our expectations, know that you're not the same person that you used to be. Okay, from this moment forward, recognize that any of that negativity that you experienced in the past, that was there, that contrast was there to serve you so that you can gain some clarity on what you do desire and focus on that moving forward, because you are never the same person that you used to be. You have expanded, whether you realize it or not. And if you did have a negative 2019, you want to take the bounce from that contrast into the year 2020 and say, okay, you know what? I know what I don't want. So now let me focus on the opposite, what I do want. And know that everything is always working out for you and that you are an eternal being. And you know what? Just this card here, right? With this person lying, obviously, physically no longer on the ground. It's really symbolic of the old you no longer exists and the expanded version of you does. And you are always expanding, whether you realize it or not. Always. So there's no reason to expect the past to repeat itself. Not only are the energies different, but you are different. You have expanded. Again, recognize that. Recognize that in yourself. And beneath that, we have the Page of Cups reversed. And I feel like I feel really compelled to say to you that nothing that you experience should come as a surprise if you are aware of where your vibration has been and usually is, okay? Nothing should come as a surprise. And sometimes those experiences that come our way, we think that they don't match our vibration, but in some respect they do. But sometimes it's really not a negative thing that happens to us. Just a quick example. One time when my daughter didn't get a job that she applied for, and the company actually came looking for her, and it would have been a really good opportunity. And she didn't get it, and she was devastated for a day. And then, without even discussing it with me, she was able to recognize the value in it, because she said, you know what? Now I know what I want. I didn't know I wanted this until they approached me. Now I know what I want. And long story short, she went in a direction that, so far has been life-changing for her. But, of course, she's not finished yet. We're all just always expanding and moving forward and open to the new adventure. Okay, so we did not get a card from the major arcana. Let's see if we get one. It may be that this message is complete here. It may be that this message is complete because I really do feel like there was a lot to be said in just these few cards. Oh, you have one. Oh, Justice. You know what? I really feel like this is a nice ending to this message because everything balances out, Libra, and this is your card. So this is you in alignment, moving into the new year, being yourself, being fair to yourself. Okay, justice always prevails in the non-physical sense of things, if that makes sense to you, right? Things always work out for you. They always balance out. And this is you, Justice. This is you, Libra. This is your card, Justice. And you are here in alignment with yourself, moving into the new year. I think this is a great, great way to end this message. So Libra, just remember, be yourself, be true to yourself, focus on what you desire, and with high expectations, right? Not with doubt, not with fear, not with worry, but knowing that, you know, you're off to a new start, and you know, it's going to be a beautiful new year for you. Okay, my Libra friends, thank you so much for being with me. I hope the week ahead is fabulous. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful new year with love, joy, and hope, and happiness and fun. And I'll see you next week.